Welcome back to PYJynJoy, Messages from the Divine. This is Charmaine, your holistic life coach, coming to you with messages from the divine. Coming to you with a message from the collective, for the collective. Boy, am I like all over the place right now. So let's get started by cleansing the energy of the space and my head, my thoughts, so I can plug in, dial in with the universe. So let's see. Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Let's split the deck and see what we get. We have material and spiritual prosperity along with deception and envy. 6 and 7. So, material and spiritual prosperity, making money, standing out on the balcony, overlooking your beautiful grounds, manicured lawns, fountains. 6 is about self-sacrifice, loyalty, it's birth. Then you have 7 it's spirituality, it's your insight, it's your inner wisdom. Deception and envy, there's someone that's wearing a mask that's not being quite honest with you. And with it being green, it could be a lover. So let's see what we get. So immediate past, accelerated motion. 8. 8 is about abundance, your prosperity. Something's moving quickly. She's staring up into the sky and there's a shooting star. So there's a lot happening. So think back to a few months ago, or rather within like the past 6 weeks or so, and what happened there. Trapped in fear is the present. Another 8. 8 and 8. A lot of money, because what it is, trapped mentally by yourself. You've done it to yourself. It's not something that's true that you need to be worried about or your mental being upset about. It's you are self-imposed inside of this prison. And then we have for the immediate future, moving on. 6. 6 before. So moving on, letting go and moving forward. Then we have the distant past was light, the sun. 19. 1 plus 9 is 10, new beginnings. And in the distant future, we have material harvest. Like we had material prosperity in the beginning. Well, material harvest, and that's 9. 9 is completions, because you can see before him, there's coins, there's fruit, there's a vial with like some clear liquid, there's a bottle as well. So the what was planted has now come to harvest. 9 is complete, so that you can then harvest what you've created. So let's get into it with what we have here. So we have 19 and 9 is 28, I believe. 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. Yes, 28. So 34 and 8 is 42 and 8 is 50. So 5, change. So you have a lot of change. And then at the bottom, we have the 6, the material and spiritual prosperity, just like material harvest. So we began with this and you have that harvest. So let's get into this. So it looks like you're going through some mental challenges and changes, but ultimately you will have that money. So starting with the distant past, Divine, what can you tell us about the sun and having that in the distant past? Reaching, hopeful. What is that? Solitude, 9. So another 9. So solitude, you want to be the hermit, you want to be alone. That 1 column represents just you by yourself. So you reach for the light. Maybe you're getting spiritually enlightened, okay? That reaching for that, and you needed to do it in solitude. So let's see what else we get. And we have for more of the distant past, so the collective. And again, this message may not resonate with everyone, but if it does, drop in the comments and let me know. But you have this period of solitude. Well, there's some heartache and loss. 3 is about expansion. So it could be where you went into getting the spiritual enlightenment and needed to be alone because there was some heartache, some type of loss that you incurred, and you needed to reach for the light because you were struggling. And you got that by going into solitude. So what happened? Think in your life, did you recently lose someone, whether it's a person, a lover, a friend, a fur baby? What is it that a relative? What is it that you may have lost that drove you to reach for that spiritual enlightenment? being alone, being that hermit. So let's move on to the accelerated motion. So that's in the immediate past. So that loss led to this. So things began to move quickly after you were in that period of being alone. So let's see what we come up with. Recognition and reward, 3. So you were being recognized for getting away, I guess. Let's see how this plays out. So let's see. So there's 3 again is about expansion. So how does that recognition and reward have anything to do with things moving quickly, coming off of a heartache and loss, divine? What is that all about? Hope. So you went from the sun to the star, 17. 1 plus 7 again is 8. So there's your third 8. And you have hope. So perhaps with this recognition and reward is really more so that people are seeing you for what you had to go through. And you are getting hope from them. You're being recognized by them. And they're coming around you, gathering around you to help you get past. Because remember, it's accelerated motion. So things are moving quickly. So you come out of this hermit phase and you meet up with others that are maybe a grief group, something like that, where they are acknowledging what you've been through because they can understand it. And it's helping you to move forward quickly in not overcoming or getting past the loss, but to learn how to live with it and to move on. So let's see, because you're still trapped in this fear, even though it's self-imposed. Divine, what more can you tell us about the collective being trapped in fear, having the people around and support, but it's something that they've just trapped themselves with? The truth, 2. 2 is all about balance, couple. It's keeping things even. So truth. So you have this moment of truth that you have to go through, and it's something where you have to again recognize it and seek the truth out. So perhaps you are going to go on some type of a spiritual journey to get more insight. But let's see what we get, because what is this truth that the collective needs to understand? Because they put themselves into this mental conundrum, but what is it that they need to do? Intuition. So you're seeking the truth out by going within. Again, you are working with others that are helping you to deepen your spirituality and learning how to tap into your intuition, to self-reflect, to go within. So that again, and that's a 2. So 2 and a 2. You're needing to partner with someone that is able to help you even more closely than you doing it on your own. And that's why you're moving on. You're moving on, perhaps maybe going to an ashram in India or something, or going on a spiritual quest. I keep getting these spiritual quest readings. But so somebody, I mean, I know the world is crazy right now and everybody could take a break, but I don't even look at the news, to be quite honest. It's not even something I want to put in my head. So let's see, in the immediate future, divine, what more can you tell us for the collective? New beginnings. Makes sense. You'll have a new beginning, moving on to a new beginning. 0, a clean slate. So you work with these people, this group that helped you and also enhanced your spirituality, your intuition, and you're off to a new fresh start. You're moving on, new beginnings. So that's lovely. So let's move to this material harvest. How does that come into play, divine? What can you tell us about that distant future for the collective? Balance, again, 11. So 2, you're working with someone else. They're helping you. You have all the resources that you need. You learn from this group. Now you were in a group and now you've connected with one person that is really being helpful and teaching you how to balance all of your emotions and such. So you have your new beginning with them, and together you can get through everything. So let's pull one more card and see what that is all about. Because remember, there's that deception and envy. So it could have been that's what started you on that whole path to begin with. Someone that you were with, perhaps was a lover, more than likely, again, like I said with the green, caused that heartache and that loss for you. You broke up and you needed to be alone and you needed to be with others that were helping you to understand the same way. And a lot of times, with this, even now I'm thinking about it even more, is a lot of times when women get divorced, so you probably went through a divorce with that heartache and loss, because that's pretty serious, is that they wind up marrying of a divorce attorney. I've even seen a woman marry the judge that presided over it. So, and balance is also about justice and the truth. So all of that is there. So let's see, what is that about? Harmony. Yep. So you so you went from being upset about losing this person that was your partner, and you did get divorced, you meet this support group, you tap into your intuition, you connect with this person, you start this new beginning, and here's this harmony. That's why you have material and spiritual prosperity. You got to bank off of that divorce and your spiritual, remember your intuition, that's all coming out. So you have harmony, you have love, you find a new love after a divorce, some a place you didn't even expect to find them at. And at the bottom of the deck, you have financial and material changes. Again, 5. So you went through this divorce, got money from it. He probably cheated, which is why you have extra heartache and loss. And then you get this money. And what you also have is spiritual union. Again, 2, you meet someone that is your person. Okay, that's your person. And then that's why things happen and we don't see it at the moment, but it always happens for a reason. And that's why you had to go through that divorce, where it had to be so bad that your husband cheated on you, that was the only way for you to leave this relationship. It probably wasn't already going well, and you just staying in it because a lot of times people just do that because that's what they know and they don't want to rock the boat. But you had to see about this affair that drove you to finally move on. Divine was like, you have to get out of this because you need to be with this person. And why also? Remember, third eye chakra, 6. That's you tapping in and seeing, using your intuition. Third eye is between your eyebrows, right above them. And that's where you can see things more through the divine, more through your intuition. And that goes with this. And also at the bottom, you have 1, prosperity begins. Okay. So you have this, you had a heartache and you end up with harmony and prosperity using your intuition. So that is your message. So let's see what crystal will help you to enhance your message. So divine, what crystal will enhance the message for the collective? And let us see. Lepidolite, recall your dreams. Recall your dreams of wanting a love that's just so good for you and so right for you. That's what you have to do. And that is a blessing. So if you enjoyed this, if you got something from it, if you know someone who needs this, I'd appreciate if you will like, share, tell everybody about it, subscribe to PYJynJoy, get the notifications by clicking the bell there, as well as going one-on-one with me at PYJynJoy.com, PYJynJoy. And until we see each other again, love, light, and joy.